Welcome back, everyone, right into that pistol round here on Dust 2. E-frag on the CT side. Penta starting up on the terrace, which is actually interesting, right? Because this was the pick. Okay, I guess it's not too interesting. It was the map pick of Penta, so that means E-frag could have chosen their side. I thought they might want to start T side, but they will go for the CT side, and they got 4 Kevlars and a defuse kit to go along with it. Oh, Strux. Strux, and actually, where'd that kill even come from? I thought it was stabby through middle. It must have been Strux at a different angle. Nade up from Bubble. Dreamer elsewhere will bring down Crystal with the USB headshot. So back to the 4-on-4 scenario as Terrace working themselves up that catwalk. Now across it. 2 E-frag members here in CT spawn. 1 still holding long. That's Victor. Very patient. And all those CTs are going to have to work around. 3 of them coming up the catwalk right now. Looks like, I thought a CT was waiting there with a pop flash of his own. He was, but Tapson will strike first, and he is the pistol god after all. Tapson now finding another, and room here for a third. Bubble's just going to go ahead and take the gloves off, just throws his pistol on the ground, pulls out the knife.
The cat plant, man, that's the best, by far the best way to win around that A. If you can get a cat, get that bomb down, like, it's so easy to plant even if you don't kill people that long. Like, they can't kill you planting, and that's why it's so hard to also retake. So once you're on cat, holding it with like 3-4 people, it's like really difficult to just run into that. Oh my goodness.
That hurt. Dreamer's down. Plenty of time to dream as he was put to sleep early on this round. 5-on-3 as Crisby finds one with the AK, and wow, that's a pretty heavy investment into this round, right? 4 AKs and a scout into the second round.
Yeah, I guess fully anticipating that force up, and I mean, they wouldn't be wrong about it. But yeah, losing any gun here would be pretty costly.
Yeah, extremely so. But I mean, Dust 2, you can't kind of stay pretty far away.
All you have to do is stay away from A. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Just chill for a bit, try to fight people at middle, and then work towards B. Like, going up cat is like a nightmare on eco rounds. Hiding on...
I always get scared when I go for the rifles in this situation, and then you know the CT is more than likely force spying, but you just don't see any of them for 45 seconds, and you're like, all right, now we've got to go to his site, and guaranteed someone's playing a close angle somewhere. But in this case, you know, 2 members were picked off immediately before Penta had to decide. They will still lose 2. And honestly, Crystal and Crisby, if they happen to run into Spy Leader, he might be able to kill them both.
Bomb has been planted.
Where they think he's going to be coming from is the question. If they do clear out CT side, yeah, they can all push through there and expect them to be tunnels, and they really do want to do that.
Yeah, so it looks like they'll survive for now. Crystal might want to leave the site. He's only got 15 HP. Tapson could be the one to stay a little bit closer and hold on. Spy Leader, again, waiting for those exits. Maybe Tapson, although Tapson's the one with full HP. We'll test him. That would be ideal for the terrorists here. But even that's a bit risky. They're going to want to try to keep all those rifles intact. And I wonder what they'll buy this time. You know that force buy just failed, so the CTs will be broke. Will Penta just go ahead and buy up some of those submachine guns here on this round, or even just stay on pistols?
Yeah, they could just stay on Tech 9s and then upgrade afterward. I think that'd be a better idea than rebuying all AKs. I mean, they're 100% not going up against armor buys, so...
Like, yep, Tapson will be the only one?
Oh, no, he actually
bought. Wow.
It's probably a bad idea, like, straight up. Like, there's just no... They're most likely... Like, it's gonna be really hard for E-frag to win this round. They just lost the last one. They don't have armor. And every AK that Penta drop is huge, and they don't reap the money bonus that they would if they had SMGs or pistols. So
yeah, I really thought that Tapson would just be content to stay on that P250 and armor, and then he bought down to $0, taking that AK and the rest of those nades. And that being said, we talk a lot about it, but if they don't actually die, but you can never guarantee that at the start of the round.
No, but I mean, more, and then there's the money bonus, right? No, not only is it decent. There's no incentive for having the AK, except for that you can carry it on to the next round without having to buy again. But
Spy Leader forced to drop off, and now the scout's starting to do some work. They can tag up 2 people, I think, and finally it will be taken down. Spy Leader does get Strux. Crystal to find Dreamer, now only 2 for the CTs, both of them approaching from behind on the catwalk. Actually gonna have to push through this smoke. That'll make it easy for Stabby, but somehow he falls. And Crystal gonna go down as well. Lots of casualties here, lots of deaths, and well, depending on where Crisby is, he's at long. He might go down as well. Caps is still fighting on the site. Looks like he should be able to do this one alone. And Crisby realizes he needs to back off. And Spy Leader, also the CT side, they've got money problems as well. He's gonna go ahead and back off and save his, what, 38, about $3,900?
Yeah, and there, even though it's not applicable to this round specifically, because it did come really close, I mean, every AK you drop is an AK picked out by the other team, so that's another risk. But yeah, we'll have to basically rebuy 3 here, and we'll be spending most of their money. I mean, if they didn't, they might have an extra couple grand. I mean, if they only dropped SMGs, maybe they only drop an SMG and Spy Leader will drop it to buy up, or it gives them a better chance to win the round. But now, E-frag kind of just have full rifles, a little bit of extra money. They don't have head armor except for Dreamer, and they don't have much of a disadvantage in this round, but they don't have a lot of nades. I wouldn't say Dust 2 is a map where you need a lot of nades on CP side, but that being said, it's only a bonus to have them. If you use them efficiently, obviously it's very good. But this is interesting though. E-frag has 3 over towards B, and they're pushing upper, but met with some aggression, and it's defeated.
E-frag, we've cast E-frag a lot, and we have talked about they usually get aggressive on the CT side, but a lot of times they'll just do it individually. There, we see them going into the B tunnels together, and it really pays off. They've done a lot of damage already to Penta, a lot of it coming over in those B tunnels. Bubble will find 1 more on taps, and Stabby was able to get that trade-off, but it leaves him in a... I guess technically it was a 1v5 at one point. He'll get 3? Just 2. I thought for sure after he hit 2 of those headshots, he might just bring that 3rd one home, but not the case. And that will be E-frag on the board here.
Yeah, yeah. And so that is one of their... It's like their Achilles heel, but they can easily use it to their advantage when they get aggressive. So if they want to be aggressive, they should do it together. Calculated like they just did in upper tunnel is always really nice. The thing is that, like, if that's their only style, Penta can, you know, expect them to push in different places. But typically what E-frag would do wrong is they would lose an opening pick getting aggressive, and then send everyone would just run out and try to find their own pick across the map. It's as if on CT side they like don't have an IGL, and then on T side they're like super good about being coordinated. But yeah, the calculated aggression will work really well for them, I'm sure. And if they keep it up, I think we'll have good results now. It's another eco. It's an actually eco for Penta, so that's really nice for E-frag.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's like that could be part of the cost, right, of rebuying all those AKs.
Yeah, they're probably still suffering from that. I wouldn't doubt it at all. That's very expensive to go full AKs for both round 2 and round 3. Very surprised to see it. And here they are with just those P250s. Then, that being said, taps on the P250 can be pretty scary. He'll find 1, Stabby to get a 2nd. There's a 2-1-3, so a little bit costly for the CTs, but Spy Leader now dropping in and coming in behind them. Crisby's got that bomb down, so there's an extra bit of money. Let's see what Crisby can do. He'll move up behind the Xbox here.
Oh my god, they're waiting for tunnels. They're taking a long time to get situated.
They do have 2 kits, and Victor will come in first. Crisby takes him out, and the window out. Now they've waited a long time, and all 3 of them didn't really go in at the same time. It was kind of one after another. This retake not looking so good. And even if Crisby goes down at this point, he might have bought enough time. He's definitely bought enough time now. The kill is there, and Bubble is dead. Nah, actually, he might live. I think he got far enough away. Yeah.
That was an insane throw that they just... I shouldn't use that word. I'm not trying to use it in that way, but that was like, you know, they had 3 people on that retake. The bomb should have probably knocked out Planet in the first place. The rotates took forever. There's one man sitting in CT like watching the door, while there's one person walking up to the site, and they took forever to get to tunnels, even though the bombs are already planted. And they could have very easily just won that. Now the tunnels guy coming out to P first, that makes sense. But him not getting that frag, and then 2 players coming in not at the same time to trade, was just the best way to lose that round.
Someone was very trigger happy with that 5-7, and well, there's 2. It was either Dreamer or Victor. I'm not sure who it was. Well, let's see. E-frag doing their best to keep themselves with a chance in the round, but this is again where we always criticize them, always going for the force buys on the CT side. You're not that far behind. You can still take a round loss and try to get a true rifle out.
One of the differences, though, is that this round they got eco'd. So when you get eco'd, right, you are like going to be economically destroyed. If you don't, like, if you have barely enough money to buy, you should probably do it. I mean, it is like 357s, but if they didn't buy, they would actually get still a little loss bonus that, like, even though they had money on 2 players, the other 3 wouldn't catch up for like 2
Yeah,
rounds.
still wouldn't have caught up.
Yeah.
And you know that Penta just had an eco and a round win, so they're in a position where if they lose this round, at least it's high risk, high reward in this sense for E-frag.
And Kale just lived there after getting full flash at the stars.
And flashed again, seeing a lot of white here. He did find that 1 kill. Now they're trying to push up onto Strux. Strux will fall back because the bomb's actually gone down in A. Tapson will take down Spy Leader and Crystal to grab Victor. That's from the catwalk. Oh, he's aware of what Dreamer had in mind as well. Guns him down instantly. There's one from behind. It's NKL. He's already got 2 frags on the round, and he will not find another. Crystal brings home a triple.
Yeah, Crystal's sick. Now they have to. Oh, the hops. Crystal's gonna have to. I mean, E-frag are gonna have to say. They're just have to go back to that. They're gonna have to commit to what they gave up after getting eco'd on the second rifle round, I suppose. Well, you know, it's not a rifle round if the other team is saving, but where they got eco'd, it's starting to cost them a lot of money now. They will only have 2 grand apiece. They'll have to basically save twice, though. Okay, so that's the other benefit, right? Since they bought through that last round, they also have more money going to the next one. So a little bit of risk, but then you're kind of cutting out one of the rounds that you'd have to save by playing through it, even if you lose.
So NKL has found Tapson. Money's still not rebounding amazingly, but 1 rebuy should be fine here from the terrorists, especially if they keep winning these rounds. 4 on 2 though. NKL's picked up that AK. Looks like he's still kind of in the thick of it over here towards the middle, and they're trying to set up a crossfire. I doubt they'd really want to go for it. Dreamer, if he can maybe bait Frisbee forward, but I don't think Penta's really going to fall for that. They'll actually just smoke that off. And yeah, was that friendly fire coming down at a Frisbee as he hopped through that smoke? It might have been. Dreamer hoping that he can spot one of them first while that smoke is disappearing, but I don't think it's really going to happen for him. NKL's moved off all the way into the B site, so he'll hold on to the AK. And that'll help their chances, because that money is still...
He has no bullets.
Actually, they should be good. They should be, what, mid, 5? Well, okay, just under 5k on most of their players. So they can buy out for the FAMASas if they want. It still won't be an amazing buy. Or they could force up and then buy full on the next.
I've got some money. They're just
like,
low on
and
nades,
like
too.
you mentioned earlier, your utility nades aren't super important on the CT side of Dust 2.
Yeah, you know what, like, if you look at how they bought, NKL could have dropped Spy Leader and Spy Leader could have got nades. And NKL had an AK, so...
Oh! Crystal! Shutting down any chance E-frag had at this round with 1 bullet, and you can see the CT's dead and lined up. So Crystal likes his CTs. He'll find a 3rd on the round as well. At this point, you might as well give him the opportunity for the ace. That's what I would do. Probably why I'm not in the Pro League. Strux will take down Dreamer. Now Spy Leader left alone, and oh my gosh, it would be better if he could have found one of those rifles, but they're all far out. He'll have to just save the FAMAS, and that's never a good feeling.
Type save, or types pause in the middle of a save.
Yeah, I guess they need taking their time out here. You might as well, falling pretty far behind, and kind of what we expected. Maybe not this drastically, but we do always expect E-frag on the CT side to suffer a little bit.
That's funny. That's like a good way to just alert the team that you're gonna save. Type pause while you're still alive.
I mean, yeah, you think he would have got one of the other guys to do it.
He's not playing. They're not planning because they're looking to find him.
Oh, I didn't even pick. Yeah, good call. I didn't even pick up on that. I was like, why is this not over yet?
That was literally a manhunt. And Spy Leader was the little kid that went missing.
They found the spy. That's for sure.
Right. That's a cute face.
Which one? The question mark
The
beard or the little dash hat?
I like the. It's like Pee-wee. Or wait, who's the? What's the kid with the little twisted hair in that movie with the kids?
Are you talking about
Everyone watched
the
it.
Rascals?
Little Rascals, yeah.
It's Alfalfa, right?
Alfalfa, yeah.
Yeah. our European audiences like totally know what these guys are talking about. Probably never even heard of that
I
movie.
feel like this is exactly what Capson was going for. Oh, he was probably trying to do a nose.
Yeah, I think his APM was a little too high. Did it out of order. Ordered those SCVs to the wrong mineral patch.
Well, if he was a GM, he wouldn't have made that mistake.
That's true. Scrub. Calling him out.
He just sent an SCV to the other side of the map.
Scouting, man.
You can do that in this game too.
That's true. Information gathering is important. At least you don't have to guess where their base is. What if the bomb site's just randomly moved? Tough. Alright, 7-1. Clearly, if we were in charge of balancing Counter-Strike, this game would be awful.
It would be fun.
There'd be a lot of hallways. So NKO will cross with his life over to the B site. Shot nearly missing. Ringing out on the Humvee behind him. And there's the smoke. It's like the one utility nade you need as a CT. The early smoke in the back of that B tunnel there.
Yeah.
It's about the only choke point narrow. Like that B tunnel, that entrance here, or exit, I guess, depending on perspective, and catwalk are like the only true places where those nades are going to help you. And Crisby gonna make sure he can get up on this catwalk safely. So once again, going for that catwalk control here for Penta. Spy leaders close by. Might net one frag. Or none. Navigating the opener, taps in, actually just holding back in spawn. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating when you're a CT. Especially when you don't have a rifle to really even fight back at these ranges. Strux will even take down another headshot. 13 HP, is able to retreat back to the other side. And Tapton will just finish it off. Triple kill for him as he waited patiently for it. That's 8-1 in favor of Penta.
Again, E-frag will, really do struggle on the CT side a lot now. To be fair, a lot of these rounds have been eco rounds, but they also did get ecoed themselves and kind of put themselves in this position. I mean, following that eco round, we had a force buy and then a double save. 3 rounds that you could pretty much lose most of the time. And that accounts for 4 out of the 5 last rounds, so... oh my goodness, it actually accounts for 5. Last round was an eco. Okay, let's look at this. Right after that round... Oh no, that was the eco. Okay, so let's try for us. I forgot to count the round that they... Wait, they won a rifle round, and then they got ecoed, and then they force bot lost, and then they saved twice, and then they saved again.
Rounds. This is their 3rd rifle round, right?
Well, now, yeah.
Yeah. Which wasn't going too well until Bubble found 2 frags over there at long, as they decided to keep pushing him one by one. Still not out of the thick of it yet, though. And there's Crystal still waiting back in T-spawn. He's got the bomb as
crossing.
well. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. Dreamer coming up the stairs here into the tunnel, so he'll take the head off of Stabby. Nicely done. He's still got to contend with Crystal. Grenades coming in. Doesn't do too much damage, but still delaying him. They'll try to take this battle together. Like a Molotov coming in. That'll stop the fight. Dreamer has to back off. Bubble, though, has now set up in the window, and realizing that the rotation has probably been made.
Dude, 20 seconds.
I would say there's not a lot of time here. He's going to have to book it. No one is, even though Dreamer's at middle, he's not actually looking up towards T-spawn, so they don't get this information. Strux might get caught off guard.
Oh my god, he's got no time.
Yeah, they have lost the round.
He has no time.
What? I mean, at that point, you have to drop from T-spawn to suicide and go cat. He might have made it if he did that.
22 seconds in B tunnels. I mean,
Let me pull up the map.
I honestly didn't know
it.
Yeah, how do you do that? Because I tried to draw and it just drew
You gotta
an
hold
orange line.
shift.
No.
Okay, so if he had went lower B, jumped up Xbox and on cat, it would have been about 16 seconds. If he had gone the spawn
29
route,
seconds.
jumped up the boxes, went to suicide, went up cat, went up A, got to the bomb, it would have been... That's still 27! They had no chance!
No way.
He just went on the sightseeing, took a detour. All this bloodshed, I didn't want to see that anymore.
That was good delaying in upper tunnels by I
Dreamer.
bubble it. Dreamer, sorry. I mix it bubble Dreamer all the time.
I mean, they are pretty nuts, both of them.
Yeah, all nuts is the same.
They're not even true.
It's not true at all.
Okay, Crystal and Crisby got a 2-on-5 situation here. So E-frag, getting their third rifle round that they had a chance at. So they've won 2 out of their 3 rifle rounds. If only they could have rifles more often here. Oh, that ain't too bad. Crisby's still gonna fight for it. Crystal missing that shot. That was a hard one on NKL. The grenade will do it. He actually might have legged him and then finish it with the grenade. I'm not 100% sure on that. Dreamer's completely blind. Crystal, that was an easy kill. Not sure what went wrong there, but he doesn't find it.
Falling. Yeah, he was blind for a bit. Probably should have stayed up there, but I think he only really noticed him as he was falling, and then
Yeah.
that all messed up. But now E-frag do come away with a round. That's really good for them. I mean, they do need to steal back the momentum, and off of that last round, that wasn't very favorable. I mean, they kept 2 players alive. That wasn't very good for them. So winning 2 in a row, crucial for them. Now everyone's got money to buy, and this is another pivotal round for both teams. If Penta don't win this, I mean, if either team don't win this, they're doing really poorly economically. Actually, either one will most likely have to save.
Yeah, so
Crystal and Victor, equal in regards, in respect to having over 3K, but everyone else not in a good position at all.
pretty important round for both teams right now. Probably the most important round of the half so far.
Yeah.
As Penta with this pretty much getting to double digits, and E-frag have almost completed the comeback if they win this round and it goes as you would expect it to. I like this boost that they're doing on Catwalk. Don't see it too often, but it is definitely a known boost to peek over the middle wall there.
Dreamer just pushed upper, and they spotted him pushing upper, but that does put them in an awkward spot, and now they feel like they have to take action because they're not trying to trade him out, so... He's still gonna push, though.
Oh god, they're gonna get flanked really fast, and Stabby, maybe they didn't see it.
No, they saw him. They ran for him. Dreamer saw him jumping up, or not Dreamer. They saw Dreamer, he jumped up, peeked it, and then they pushed lower, and I think they wanted to make a move, but couldn't do it quickly enough.
Well, Stabby was coming back off at the catwalk, falling back with a flash out, and just got caught completely off guard. Dreamer then killing 2 of them. Struts, though, making up for it. He's walked out middle by himself. He's pretty much the distraction. He's killed 2 people. They'll make the trade out there. Bubble onto Opper, or Crystal onto Bubble. The op battle there over at the car. That evened it back up to the 2-on-2. And Struts on the flank. He's killed 3 people this round. He's been deadly over there at those mid double doors to run round 12. And now it is Crystal with the P250. He'll finish it, and somehow Penta win this round.
I don't know if Penta played that really well, or if Dreamer or if E-frag didn't play it disciplined enough. But I feel like Penta did cause rotations really well. The issue is that well, at first it seemed like Penta made a mistake. They spotted someone in upper, they ran from him, they tried to make a move, and then E-frag, I think through some good flashes, or stopped them from pushing out mid to B really quickly, and then they decided to rearrange themselves. And as they were doing that, Dreamer pushed in a lower B, even though he knew he was spotted as well, and got 2 frags for it. So that's a mistake. But then Penta brought it back by causing rotations to A, and escorting someone out mid, and yeah, really took advantage of them. But they forced E-frag to rotate because they only had 1 person at B. They had A on lock, but if it was mid to B, Penta could have won.
Yeah, I mean, forcing those rotations towards A, and then Struck's able to capitalize and just kill them in transition. Yeah. And Struck's hitting his shots, and then setting up again, just staying in middle, and then flanking the person in CT spawn. And he has the shots, it wins them the round. And Victor will get 1 on the catwalk. Spy Leader with that CZ will find Strux, and look at this, with the pistols, with the armor, it looks like they are doing it. Crystal's down to 8 HP, he'll finally go down. It's a 3-on-1. They've got AKs. Stabby's the only one up, and he will fall again to a 5-7. So, the 2-for-1 scenario that we talked about on that round, it doesn't happen. E-frag force up and take it away from him.
Yeah, that's true. Another boss. Yeah, I mean, they just stole it back, just getting lucky on the positions there. Actually, though, they did have someone on Cat. I think it was, it might have been Victor, who was on Cat in a really good spot. Tapson came out spraying bricks, and then someone peeked him, hugging the wall. So that was the first kill. And then, obviously, pushing everything at that point. It's really hard. E-frag will get aggressive immediately, so sometimes it works out really well. And especially on those eco rounds, you can see why that would be especially dangerous. But pretty crazy half so far. It's hard to say who really has a grasp on the game. Some of the rounds are dominant towards the middle, and that's what represents the score that Penta has right now. But it's kind of because of the economic situation that E-frag have been in. So when rounds go crazy back and forth like this, it always favors T-side, because they can buy almost whenever.
Yeah, well, E-frag are fortunate to have found that last force up, because that could have led to a pretty disastrous half. And of course, there's still the opportunity. Penta's round, it won't be their best economically, but should still be a rifle round across the board. Tamsin can buy, Crystal can buy, maybe even drop a Galil. Crisby is ridiculously poor. He'll be the recipient of that Galil, and they will be able to make it work. Let me see if there's any guns on the ground. Doesn't appear to be so. So Stabby will be the one without a rifle. Still not a bad chance. They still have an op on Crystal. But they can definitely make it work. Could all come down to this first pick. Bubble will take this fight. And look at the CTs just pushing out towards middle. Bubble got tagged, so he's fortunate to be alive. NKL will peek out. He sees ahead, but that person was just gearing up to throw a grenade. And now it's backed off. Crystal gives him the old crouch peek and will bring down Bubble. Had to hit him twice to do it. Flash out middle, taps in, nice control there. Will bring down Spy Leader, and E-frag's round starting to fall apart. NKL might have to do something big here to bring it back. Towson is just watching. That's a bit of a one-way smoke. You can see the feet definitely before they could see you if they were to creep up that wall, as they might be inclined to do since there is a bit of a gap. Trying to bait him in. The CT is just trying to hold on. I'm surprised no one walked up through that smoke. It's that time, it's 3-on-5. Someone needs to kind of try to make a play.
Good on Penta. They really found the weakness here. Though they do have to defend against two people on Cat.
Oh, here they are crossing. Stabby the first one over. He's got the bomb too. Victor has been spotted right behind these bomb boxes. Stabby will bring him down. NKL finds Frisbee. He was waiting very patiently. Now Dreamer just pushing that smoke. Does find one, but Crystal waiting back in the pit finds him with the op.
I love how Tapson just got up Cat there, like all out of nowhere, just super late. I didn't even know that anyone was in a position to go up Cat. I thought they were all along, basically. Penta are so good late rounds. Like when they want to cause a rotation and hit something, they just always find a way to find a lurk frag even down a man. So have been really good at getting their way with E-frag, who have very low buy, like 4 people without head armor. 2 Falmuses, 5-7s. Obviously, all these things indicative of the save.
Penta getting into the double digits here on their T side, and if you're watching this and you don't, know these teams at all, it wouldn't be out of the question for E-frag to also have an explosive T side. I think they at least
they're trying to get this half
one more round here, but.
The E-frag we know are just trying to get as many rounds as they can on CT side, so they can move on to T side.
Pretty much regardless of the map too. Let's see what they can do. E-frag have already lost Spy Leader, and this is a pretty poor round. 5-7s and FAMAS. You hate to see that. Apparently we've been abusing that catchphrase today. Oh, he sees the barrel. He's like, all he gets. Well, one of them, he did light Stabby down to 4 HP, so that'll be... Oh, actually, Crystal, that was a one tap to Crystal's face. Maybe hit him in the chest first, but either way, took him out almost instantaneously and was able to clean up Stabby, who had the 4 HP. So it's evened it up. Bubbles picked up a real gun at this point. He's got the A1S. Victor is still relegated down to the FAMAS. Coming out of the tunnels, can't quite finish off Strux. Good shooting there from Strux. And Bubbles got to do this all alone with 20 HP and no kit. I'm trying to walk through that smoke. Oh, it goes down. Strux just taking a shot through it.
I love how Strux, Bubble basically shot through those doors to bait for his teammate to come out tunnels, and then Strux shot him down to 20 health, and then his teammate peeked, and then Strux turned around and headshotted him, and then he ended up killing the door guy too. Penta really outclassed them in the mid to late rounds, no matter what the
situation was.
The amount of players they had were.
And 11-4. That's That's pretty one-sided for Dust 2. We'll see if E-frag, I mean, they'll desperately need to start off strong here, find the pistol, and with that, they'll, of course, have a chance. Victor and Dreamer on this T side, and sometimes you can even put Bubble into that, are just absolutely insane when it comes to finding the first kills of the round to get those terrorists the advantage. But we'll see. Penta could maybe just shut it down here and close it out quick on that CT side if they take this pistol. All armor for E-frag. Quick rush. They got a B heavy spawn here.
You definitely don't want to go A without a smoke, so yeah, maybe it's a... I don't know. They can't really fake anything. I don't know if they even use decoys, but...
Here's some Glock decoys. That might actually just be Spy Leader, though. Up in middle still. And here they go. They were getting the numbers. Spy Leader getting them the information. NKL finding both of those entries. Crystal will bring one of them down, trying to bounce in a grenade. Doesn't go too far, and no one was watching that door, and that allows Crystal to move in, stop that bomb plant from happening, and well, now it's a 3-on-2 advantage to these CTs. It'll, well, actually doesn't even up. It's now just Dreamer by himself, trying to hit Crispy as he is jumping wildly around, trying to get that reload in. Oh
my
not
God.
Enough. Crystal was so low, catches Dreamer on reload.
Alright, so huge mistake from E-frag to try to plant for tunnels. Like, planting default is where everyone goes, but there's no point when someone can come in the door like Crystal did and just stop the plant. Also, when both your B players get entry, there's always going to be somebody from middle or like a quick rotate from A to try to even out really quickly before you have to retake. Like, almost always, because it's so difficult to wait and then retake B. So, with all that in mind, and the fact that they didn't even have tunnel control to begin with, they should have definitely just planted backside. That would have won the round for them, and that was a huge mistake.
Well, Crystal's already taken one of these Tech 9 armors out of the round. He just peeks up middle and obliterates NKL. So that's going to really hurt E-frag's chance on this round, and will probably be another couple rounds for Penta until I would expect round 19 when E-frag finally pulls out the rifles. And at that point, it's going to be very far along in this first map for Penta. See what Crystal can do. He's gonna. Oh, Victor will take him down. Then he wins it up. Crispy though over at long in the pit. Also only able to find one. Captain moving up has dropped the bomb. Victor's gonna have to show his head to actually get it. And Tapson maybe even saved by that smoke from Dreamer. He was in the crosshairs and he'll be able to peek out of it. Dreamer, well, he'll kill him now. And that's a 2-on-2 situation. Strux coming up with that MP7 whiteout. From long, we'll find Dreamer, who was prepared for it, but did still fall. And Stabby to get Victor, so that'll be that. Penta with the 13th round, but that one coming pretty close.
Yeah, Stavros knew like that he was cutting off the rotation to Cat, and he knew like just sitting there that, alright, this guy's defending from sight, so he could play that really well. And yeah, it was a 2v1, nicely played from Penta. But Crystal would have got both those kills with the Silence M4, I don't care what you say. If you have anything to say.
No. That gun's broken.
It's laser beams, man. I switched to the M4A4 like a couple days, and it's just like a poo gun, man.
Yeah, it's not great.
Like,
I mean, sometimes
player versus
nice,
like if you vote like if you peek a good player with the A4, you might not get the kill sometimes. Like it's actually so like accuracy is just a really important weapon.
Yeah, the 1-2 combo for the A4 doesn't even compare to the perfect accuracy of the first two shots from the A1S.
Yeah.
It's not that the spray is all that hard to control. It's just those first two shots on a gun that doesn't kill and one to the head.
100% of versus an eco, you like want to have an A4 every time, no doubt about that. Sure. But versus a good player with a rifle, like I don't know how you couldn't use this gun.
Well, let's be honest. There's a reason CTs always pick up AKs because they're better.
Yeah.
Well, Strux has found one with the FAMAS. Actually, the FAMAS almost found the A4, but also I'm not even sure why it has 25 bullets. It doesn't seem really fair.
Bomb has been planted.
But anyways, that's a topic for another time, I guess. Somehow the Galil gets 35. CT is going to have to go for the retake. Strux is the only one here with the kit. If only you could drop the kit. He's only got 14 HP, and might want to just give it to someone that might live through this exchange instead of having to find it on the ground later on. Might not even come to that. Now down to just 2 players. Penta starting to back off, but they're backing off right at the Spy Leader. You have the knife out. You're going down. Spy Leader and Dreamer picking them both off. Only NKL to fall, and that's Penta. Is that, that's 13 rounds here.
I don't know why they played. They played one player in B like outside the site, and obviously were not prepared to retake whatsoever. Like didn't even drop a single man. And that was E-frag. So rushing B worked out really well. I mean, their window guy had the silence M4. You probably also shouldn't have your only B player using a silence M4, but if you're gonna have a silence M4, maybe be prepared to use an AUG if you're the solo side player.
Yep. I think that's one of the, like, if you don't want to pull up an op, an AUG would actually be really good for a back B-plat player.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a hard gun to use, and that extra scope can really, really help. At that distance. It's absent trying to exploit that car fire.
I don't
Not
even
as
see that
strong as
fire.
It's not as strong as it once used to be. I actually think we completely, like, removed it on our servers.
No,
or something.
no. Some people. I was in a server yesterday, and some of us could see the fire, and some of us couldn't.
Yeah, because sometimes I see like a little ember and that's it, and then other times I actually still see the full smoke and fire. It's just like randomly there sometimes, and it's not.
Tapson's just sitting there behind a fire.
It's
No
like
one
they
else can
can't
see.
see me. They're like, "What is this idiot doing? He's just sitting in the open." And they even put that like white paint on the wall there, so you can. I think that's always been there, but obviously...
No, they added it. They added it.
Oh, did they add it?
Yeah, specifically for that spot. When Chris J got like a 3K.
Yeah. 3KJ. Couldn't beat Cloud9 today, Jay.
Ooh.
Don't worry, he's not watching this.
That's. Ooh, I'm telling him though.
The Launders is a rat.
I didn't know who to
You're gonna rat me out to win Chris J's favor.
I didn't know who to root for, man. Cloud9,
Yeah, I didn't either.
Mouse. I was just like happy and sad at the same time the whole time.
I kind of like mouse sports a lot. But I mean, apparently I'm supposed to cheer for the Americans just because I live here. Whatever. Didn't matter in the end. Cheering is futile. There's no bearing on the match. Unless it's, I guess you're actually in the stadium. Then you can be the, what is it, the 12th man.
Some teams I think like respond better to like cheering. I feel like I'd be one of the people who wouldn't care whether people were cheering or not. And then there seems like Virtus Pro who like absorb it and like use it to their advantage.
Thought those headphones were supposed to be soundproof, huh?
They definitely hear the cheering
So much
and not
for
the
that.
footsteps.
What if they're cheering?
You cannot hear footsteps
go
at a major.
B? Are they telling us to go B or are they cheering for GOP B? I can't tell. Guess we'll go A. So E-frag making a bit of a comeback. 2 rounds in a row here to the T side.
We've got 2 kits here, so there's a half buy going into the next round.
Yeah, at this point they're saving. Still hoping for the B play if E-frag were to run into it, but if not, I would kind of expect them to all just chill. Maybe they'll send one more. I guess Crystal can go and look for more information. He's got no armor or kit, just and it's still on the P2K. He wants that op, so he hasn't bought anything.
I think I'm gonna switch back to P2K.
Yeah, I did. I mean, they're legitimately the same gun, more or less. You just get that silence benefit.
No, you get like better, like slightly better accuracy stats, like slightly better.
Yeah,
but
the USP is like a little bit better, but
I don't know if it's that much.
really not that much.
Probably not that much.
Although it seems like it's also a visual thing. The USP just feels easier to use because it doesn't even move when you shoot it, whereas the P2K still has like a pretty good like animation, so you think you're inaccurate when you're like still not.
I also thought that the barrel acts as kind of like you're playing without a view model. For
It's like an
example, it'd be
extension
harder,
of the
right?
gun that's further out.
Like, yeah, it actually like brings it closer to the view model, so it's easier to aim.
Terrorists win.
Like I'm sure without a you're right. I'm sure without a view model, it would be
actually, it'd be
substantially
pretty
harder
hard.
to aim. Yeah.
I could agree with that. Alright. I just need the more bullets, you know, because I'm a scrub.
Yeah. Extra bullets would be nice.
Although being silenced and when you're flanking somebody, USP,
That's true.
no doubt. It's the best.
There are definitely spots where if you have their back turned to you, you can shoot like 5 or 6 bullets.
Oh, outlawing here. Bubble and Dreamer opening it up. Crisby did get one on the board, but that'll leave E-frag with the man advantage. Taps into this A site all alone. He does have a rotator coming in, but it's not fast enough. Truck's starting to go up. Cat, it won't matter. The Captain just holds it himself. Turns around, gets one heck of a headshot onto Dreamer. That could be the round, pretty much decided by Tapson and Stabby. We'll find Spy Leader trying to make his way up Catwalk to join his fallen comrades.
On silence and for best.
Yeah, apparently it is now the best gun. We've reverted our decision from earlier.
But he still picked up an AK, so.
Yeah, that's not going to change.
That was a really nice hold from him. And that does secure like one of the most important rounds. Here, E-frag are going to have like money to buy, but only 1 away from match point. Always a precarious position to be in.
And that second map, if anyone's just joining us, it'll take us into Inferno. That was a pick of E-frag, but Penta was looking really good on it yesterday, so that'll be a pretty fun and a pretty close match for map number 2, I would expect. Although you always got to wonder about that CT side of E-frag. But it is Inferno, so I don't know. Do with that information what you want. Here, Victor and Spy Leader setting up those flashes and smoke so that he can drop in a CT spawn without being noticed, and that'll pay off. Spy Leader brings down Tapson, and now he's in CT spawn, so this makes things a bit awkward for Penta, especially considering that, well, okay, never mind. Strux is there to just shut it all down. Does he realize that another player, he does now, is in the back of that site, and Spy Leader cleaned up elsewhere by Crisby. Penta lock it down, and this should be money broken into this last round, no?
Yep. E-frag honestly had an insane split going on. They got the opening pick, they got a man in CT to catch rotators. They had the B split with only 2 players in the site. One of their own players was in tunnels. They had 3 running up to doors with no one out there. And then they got on the site and Strux just wrecked them all, like destroyed them.
Just like Tapson in the previous round, E-frag just, jeez, like what's wrong? He's, you know, doing these perfect strats and being shut down by 1 player. And I don't know what Tapson was trying to get real aggressive. He was all the way up middle and he gets going down. So we've got Crisby might think about pushing through that long house. E-frag is geared up to take the A from nobody. No one is playing A. New meta, don't worry about it. Interesting though, from the CTs. I guess they're just really... If he found a second player, that would have been unreal. And Spy Leader able to drop off Cat very easily this time because, as mentioned, no one was at A. So it looks like E-frag have secured this round for themselves unless Crisby does the impossible. It's his turn, I suppose.
I don't know what caused... Who was that just ran through the door?
Fast Tapson.
I don't know what possessed him to run through the door like that that moment, but that was pretty funny.
Oh, no. Tapson pushed up way earlier on in the round. I think that might have been Strux or Stabby.
Just right in the middle of nothing, just like ran through the door. I don't think a flash over or anything, just like was like, I'm pushing middle right now. And got a kill for it. That was pretty funny. But
might have just heard their footsteps and...
That's possible. Well, with no people at A, E-frag still won. Going B.
Yeah, that is a good point. Although Spy Leader did help them as he was able to, you know, drop off Cat freely into CT spawn. Mac 10 here for Spy Leader. He's looking to pull in the money. $600 per kill. He spawns Crystal out there at middle. Once again, I mean, they seem to be wanting to work towards B. The bomb is down in those B tunnels. Got players rotating back. I think Crystal's head and Shadow at this point have definitely been spotted. Spy Leader is very, very interested. He'll roll up the window. He'll bring down Crystal. Somehow not going down to this player in the back of the site yet. Finally, Strux will get him. Only to be immediately traded out by Victor. Penta coming in hot. Maybe too hot. Taps him down the last man. He'll go down to Victor.
Nope, and they were back in this. And again, I felt like Penta are just really, really strong. They are, you know, E-frag do have the strats. Like, it seems like the strats that they're using work really well. They end up having great splits, but then someone strong at A or someone strong at B shut them down. Taps in at A or Strux at B, just will take the split and crush it like a can of beer. And they have no problem. Well, and the other thing is that they just don't need to win that many rounds. So E-frag always to be feared on T side, but Penta seem to be their kryptonite right now. with their individual performances. And you know, trading is a huge factor, as E-frag do get the opening pick sometimes, but not getting that second man in has been their biggest issue. It's funny how much Cat has just given up. Like, it's almost understood that people have no problem giving up Cat these days.
Yeah, almost every team does it. Which is sad for me. It used to be my favorite place to play. Always a Cat player. Now you don't even hold this position on Dust 2 anymore. Wall of smoke coming out. Also, another one gonna go down here. That was a CT smoke being refreshed. That one further out's a terrorist smoke. You use it to drop into CT spawn. I don't know if like E-frag are willing to try to push through that smoke, which is pretty wide. That player standing right on the other side of it. Frisbee over at Pit will not be able to bring down Dreamer. And now Tapson, who was the one that was extremely close, will fall. There is Strux though. Just needs to land one more bullet onto Victor. Got him fairly low. Wasn't able to finish it off though. The bomb now going down. It's a 2-on-3 retake scenario here for Penta. They've got no kits. On this round, they only had rifles and pretty much Kevlar. A few of them with a grenade or two. Or smokes, rather. So it was a tight round for them, and they'll try to back off and save.
E-frag worked that A-split really carefully, and then just put a lot of pressure on Penta, basically chilled behind their smokes as long as they wanted them to, knowing that Penta are just gonna, like, you know, it isn't like Inferno. You can just wait out a smoke and execute, and at that point force them to take aim duels. So E-frag are really good at winning, so ended up trading up favorably on the A site. Not really giving Penta any information. Like, Penta could have pushed upper B in that time, not information, and then crushed A easily, but they didn't. And I don't know if that's because they were worried or they just felt like confident that E-frag were gonna take A or something, but Tapson didn't get his kill standing in front of the Smoky Cat, and that might have been the main issue, but yeah, he was in a 1-kill position, so...
Yeah, and it's tough. I mean, he was in a 1-kill position after someone on their team had already died, so it's really a good place to leave yourself in. Crystal gets tagged up down to 51, and why do the nades shoot up smoke so high in the air? Makes me laugh sometimes. One of those times.
Is that not how they work?
I'm not sure.
Girl.
Like, it always makes me laugh when people throw a nade into the window room on Inferno and alternate, and then the smoke shoots out the chimney.
What?
It doesn't actually, but like the animation just goes through the walls, and it looks like the smoke is shooting out the chimney.
The more you know.
Yeah, clearly I stay very engaged when I'm playing Counter-Strike to notice things like this. You know, when you die first on the round all the time, you just get to notice things.
Helium last mid-round all the time.
Support for life. Oh, Victor, he like checks that, doesn't notice the player there, somehow doesn't die, and is able to get 2 frags out of it. I don't even know. He's lucky that Penta were having some pistols on this round. Stabby, last one up in the pit. No fall. 4 people staying alive here for E-frag, and this is what we talked about, right? Expected them to have a very solid T side, and at this point, if they had got the pistol in the second round, it would be tied. It'd be 13-13.
Yeah, well, barring any ecos, but yeah, there haven't been any to say that would be possible now. Actually, wait, didn't E-frag win an eco?
Yeah, on the third round.
Third round, yeah.
Well, they planted the bomb in the second. I don't know if it was. I can't even remember if it was an eco or just a rifle round in the third.
No, it was eco.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, they rushed me out of half by. Wait, why wouldn't they have? Oh, they must have bought then.
Yeah, because they didn't plant first round, so they still forced up and then planted the bomb. And second.
The second round, yeah, this is the second round they spend money. In the third round, they half bought.
Yeah. And they've been doing pretty well since then, only dropping that 2 in a row. There's the refrag, and another one. Everyone dying in turn. So 3-on-3, but the terrorists have control of the B bomb site. They've planted the bomb, and now that's going to make this a terrorist favored round. Oh wow, very good read. I'm not sure if they spotted him or maybe saw him go there or what, but they had the read on that. They bring down Spy Leader through that smoke.
E-frag's on 5 men.
A little bit harder in the tunnels. He's been tagged. Yeah, pulls out the Tech 9 to finish it. Now Bubble and Dreamer just... Oh my gosh. Okay, Bubble not even needed. He killed his 1 man. Dreamer's got everything else.
Yeah, so they know that spy leader is going to be somewhere else when they take a site, and then they know it's going to be a B hit. Like, E-frag aren't here to sell fakes, they're here to get in your face and trade, and they almost always do it, and they just hit B there really hard, and ended up working out really well. They do put Penta to the test, and so far, Penta have only passed that test, like, twice, and that's what put them in a match point, but at the same time, E-frag have won most of the P rounds, and that's why they're so fierce.
Well, Bubble's got that opt-out still. Penta, this is where it gets a little scary. Every decision you make now on the CT side really affects your money and your ability to win these rounds. So E-frag have definitely proven already that they can close this gap. That's 5 in a row. This will more than likely be 6 unless Tamsin has something to say with this P250.
Look at how beautiful Penta look on this minimap, like 2-2 and then 1.
It is pretty nice. This time deciding to give up long, which is a decision that's also made a lot, even on rifle rounds. If you're not stacking long, you're probably stacking cat and then giving it up.
Oh, they're spotted crossing doors.
This is going to be a problem.
I think the Bubble literally saw everyone going towards long.
Oh, they actually just had 2 people back up into the site. Captain's going to peek out, try to get that information. Grenades coming in, a little bit of damage done to Strux. But now everyone's going to just keep peeking out with these pistols. I can't see them really working out at this range against the AKs.
They just don't want them to let them rotate back. So.
Well, the Molotov's going to cause trouble. But so is that flashbang! Oh my gosh, that worked out so beautifully for Penta. They might actually win this round here. Still 2-on-2 and still a bit of a chance. And they're going to boost up over the smoke. I can't quite see. He has got the information. He's spotted NKL, but he can't quite shoot while jumping. And a beautiful first shot onto Bubble. He might not even have seen it. NKL is not going to wait around for that smoke to dissipate. He needs to plant the bomb because look at the time. They held him off for so long, and that will be that decided on the pistols. The force up here with pistols and not even armor on everybody. Strux and Crystal armorless unless my game's bugged.
That was a bad read from, I mean, like, that wasn't even a read. Penta crossed doors, expecting no one to be in spawn. And then Bubble saw them crossing doors to go A. There was 2 people going back towards A, while they were also already at long fighting players on plat. So they pretty much knew it was going to be an A stack once the bomb was spotted, and decided not to run it back, even though Bubble had all the information on everyone who crossed. Like, I mean, you pretty much know it's going to be A. They decided to go there and challenge anyway. Now, that being said, E-frag should have still won 5v5, all guns out. Everybody knows what everyone is, but
that
one
flash,
team has more. Yeah, you get flashed and you put it to risk. And getting eco is a bad way to go out because E-frag were on such a roll. But that was a nice boost at the end there.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, initially it looked like they were just trying to look over the smoke, but it did give him a pretty unique sight line over as he was going up that ramp. And then the time was out. They knew that that man had to be planting or kill them both. Planting probably the most likely scenario, so they brought him down with ease, and that closed it out. So that was map 1, Dust 2. Over to the pick of E-frag. That was Inferno. Penta will also enjoy playing here on this map. This next match should be fantastic, so stick around for that. But before we go to a quick break, I just want to say, if you want to play competitive Counter-Strike, you've got a few more days to sign up. So head over to CEVO.com/season8. There are free and paid divisions in both North America and Europe. So go to CEVO.com/season8 for more information on that. Also, if you're looking to get involved in esports, you can go to CEVO.com/jobs. We're looking for a cameraman, in-game cameraman, that is, casters, broadcast talent, what have you, as well as video editors, and I think I got everything there. And producers, yeah, people to help with running the stream and production. So that's CEVO.com/jobs if you're interested in that. And now myself, Helium, and Launders here. We'll be back in just a little bit. Stay tuned.